And welcome back to another week here of Sci-Fight here on Revelbots.com. I'm CJ Santiani. Bing Bing here with Kip Belesny. What's that? Sorry, man. Didn't mean to hurt you there. Well, we're here with another edition of Sci-Fight. Last time we were here, we were talking about Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. Today we have a much more interesting topic to talk about. We've got one character that's been played by 3 different people, soon to be 4, which we'll discuss at the end. The Joker. The Joker, probably Batman's most famous villain.
Yeah.
Was played in the 60s or 70s by Cesar Salad Romero in the TV show with Adam West, later reprised by Jack Nicholson in the Michael Keaton movie series, and then again reprised for The Dark Knight by Heath Ledger. All 3 of these guys are different.
Yeah.
They all bring something different to the table. This is not so much an actual like dream fight. This is kind of like, who was the better Joker? So, who was the better Joker?
For me, hands down, Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I did like Nicholson too, though. I mean, I grew up with that movie, and he was like, I can't even believe that he didn't get nominated for anything.
Yeah, he was amazing in that, and I'll get to that. What are some of the characteristics that made Heath Ledger your favorite Batman?
You know, his Joker.
Joker, not Batman. Before you guys start writing me, what a jerk I am.
Yeah, his Joker actually was so real.
Yeah.
It was almost as if Chris Nolan, the director, had found a crazy person off the street and put makeup on them. I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I think we were discussing this before. Personally, my favorite is Jack Nicholson. I think he was what the Joker embodies. You could tell he was sick and sadistic and just cold-hearted, but had that humor about him that the Joker is known for having. That being said, I think that we would both agree that Jack Nicholson was perfect for, the late '80s, early '90s Batman, because it was more comic booky. Yeah. It wasn't so much more of a realistic adaptation as the Dark Knight series were. I think Heath Ledger was a perfect foil for Batman in that series, as Jack Nicholson was in the early movies. So Cesar Romero, I guess, is getting left out of this one. What do you think of Cesar Romero?
I don't know. His biggest weakness or strength was his mustache. He didn't really, compared to the other 2. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he did, for what he was, he did a good job. I mean,
well, that show was very campy and kind of corny anyway. So it was really, he did a good job. I think we were discussing this before the show started, that a lot of the characters from the old Batman series were good in their own right. They were different, but the show itself was kind of meant to be very just campy and kind of funny, almost comedic to a certain degree.
Like a cartoon almost.
Right, exactly, just like a cartoon. That being said, it's a cult classic in the Bat movie with the Bat-Tusi and the Bat Dance, and it's crazy crap. But for my money, Jack Nicholson was the Joker. For your money, Heath Ledger. I guess we'll just have to take this outside and kick each other's ass after this is over.
That's right.
One more thing we want to discuss before we do send you guys away from us for now is that there is a new movie coming out in August, I believe August 5th, in the summer, called Suicide Squad. And that's going to be a collection of villains who the police and the government decide to put together to stop an ultimate villain. And in that movie, Jared Leto is playing the Joker. Have you seen anything on this yet?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. I've seen actually more than a couple trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I saw a trailer the other day that actually pretty much told you the whole movie, as trailers do nowadays. And
yeah.
I gotta say, at first I was kind of like, I think he's a great actor, but he's gonna, has a lot to live up to with the,
He definitely does. Well, at least we know he's taking it seriously. We've heard he's one of these guys that stays in character even off camera. He looks like he almost looks like a mix of different kind of Jokers. He almost looks like a mutated monster Joker in a way. He's got silver teeth or metal teeth. He's got tattoos all over his body. A slimmer figure with some muscle. He almost looks like a Joker kingpin that's kind of been morphed with some kind of a monster in a way. What are your thoughts on that?
He actually has a little bit of both. The last 2 Jokers for me. He seems like he has the little vanity that the Jack Nicholson Joker had. I mean, even though his face was all messed up, the Jack Nicholson Joker was always ready, dressed, and he was very vain.
Yes.
which is the opposite of, I think, the Heath Ledger Joker, which even though he did have that, suit and, his purple and green getup, he was so dirty and messed up.
Totally was, yep. And that went along with his character very well. Just some crazy guy. I mean, if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, I'm not sure what's wrong with you, but if you have, you'll know that he walks in near the end of the movie. He walks into a scene where he's got this ridiculous stack of money like you've never seen before, and he just burns it up because money is not an object to him. He just wants to be a sick bastard, and he is. The Jack Nicholson character is more kind of trying to kill society or have them all turn into monsters like he was, but in a funny way. And Batman stood in his way, and as the Joker does in all of his movies is foiled. But Jack Nicholson I thought was great up until the end where he's dead and he's got the little chatterbox that's going at the end of it. So any final thoughts on the Jokers for our viewers here?
I almost feel bad for Cesar Romero now.
Listen, that's not our generation, I mean, I watched Batman growing up, the show a lot, before these movies came out. So, and I always looked forward to seeing that Joker. But, how can you compare it to two great actors like Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger and, Jared Leto, what a heartthrob. I mean, what can you say about that? So let's switch gears to another topic here. We're going to go to Snarf versus Orko.
Damn, that's a tough one, man. I love them both, but I'm going to have to pick Snarf.
Two sounds that you make when you sneeze. How about Buffalo Wings versus Buffalo Bill?
Both of them are bad for your health, probably. So, I'm going to say Buffalo Wings.
I'm going to agree with you. I get beat by Buffalo Wings every time I have them. How about our last topic here, Chuck Norris versus Chuck Woolery?
I'm going to have to say Chuck Woolery on this one just because I think he would confuse Chuck Norris with the, the hand gestures.
I understand. He'd lull him to sleep with the 2 and 2 and then attack. Anyway, that's all we have this week for you for Sci-Fight. Until we meet again, this is Kit. I'm Dr. Rips, and we'll see you next time here on Sci-Fight. Bang, bang!